Clean slate. It's been a year. Hi guys, this is Alone in my studio. I think I'm gonna start over, to be honest. A year ago, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I was trying to learn how Adobe Premiere worked, and I think all that kind of programs and this technical difficulties actually kind of put me away from actually why I wanted to start. So first of all, I think I am going to draw something pretty today because I've been indoors for almost, I guess, from February, so I am bored. But nice to meet you. I'm alone in my studio. I have been trained in traditional Korean painting for more than a decade. I've been a huge fan of YouTube from, I guess, 2009 or 2007, it's either one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. The reason why I started YouTube was I really like this kind of feeling of community and people enjoying online, because I'm all about online life. Yeah, the department where I'm trained in is very, very traditional, so it's not easy for us to be online. Yeah, so I was thinking maybe it'll be great if I actually can be able to inform you guys about like traditional painting or painting in general. My normal painting style is nothing like this. Let's see. I'm gonna draw a mask for safety, like this. Like a really nice mask, something, I don't know, like maybe. Oh, by the way, I'm sketching on a IKEA roll paper. I use this, I bought this out of like just genuine joy of buying stuff. I was so happy that IKEA was in Korea, so like I went, and of course because like my major, I was like stuck in the materials corner, like drooling over children's art toys. I think, but it is like a very easy using paper, so I use them for like base drawings, because this is a Korean paper called sunji, or you all also can say like a once lifted hanji. Han means Korean, because if you lift the paper once, it's gonna be very thin, but if you lift them more than 1 or 2 times, it becomes quite sturdy. So we call it 장지 or 합지 or 삼합지, 이합지. There's so many ways to kind of pronounce it. First, you can see the fibers being very mingled in together. So even though they're very transparent, they are very sturdy. Not like rice papers, because rice papers, it is a good paper to work with and it has its traits, but it rips in your hands, and my normal painting style is quite heavily pigmented, so you know, I want a little bit more sturdier paper. I guess this is almost like a new start, because before I was very like stressed out about like having a nice camera and like trying to make it like really nice to see and like, you know, different angles and stuff, but it takes time, and you know, I am a professional painter, so I do have my own line of like paintings to do, so it was a good trial, but I do not think it's gonna be like edited, and I'm just chatting and making really pretty things. Well, pretty is kind of like a weird word, but visually pleasing. Yeah, I think it's good enough. Okay, so this is what I use. Oh, it's been in the refrigerator. I made it yesterday, so I'm gonna put this on the mug mate, which is, it heats up so it kind of melts your glue down. This is ox glue, so la la la. So, yeah, the reason why I actually decided to redo this thing, like this YouTube thing, is I also, because you know, artists don't make money, all my teachings and all my like classes like became online as well, so I had to buy this microphone anyways. And like I think the most of the problem that was happening from an year ago was that I was just constantly worried about having bad audio, which And the last video I actually uploaded was like with the bad audio because like my microphone wasn't working. Well, I didn't have a microphone to start with. Yeah, so yeah, it's just like the whole thing about like trying to make up for the not speaking because I didn't want to use I didn't have a microphone and I didn't want to like in a way like go full dive on like having a microphone and everything set up because I was already like trying to cope with this kind of like all the settings and trying to like figure out how the lights worked and like I'm still like really bad at it, but so it goes, if it works, it works. I am using leftover red. I think this was from a pigment, so it's this. It's like this is a Japanese brand, and this is kofun mixed with artificial pigments. So it's like a powder form, and then you can mix them with the binder glue, which is ox glue. It's like, oh, it's already like melted. I love this mug. It's not artificial, so meaning that you do have to, if you make glue, the glue won't last forever. It will last, I guess, like at the longest 3 days in the refrigerator. I'm just gonna take this off. Yeah, at the longest it's gonna last 3 days. So if you just like, you know, I forgot it yesterday, so if you just like keep it overnight, I just make sure that the glue's potentials has not been degraded, so that I can just put, so I just put a little bit more. It's such a pretty color. I'm just so sad that it is a light fast pigment, so that means that I won't be able to use it in like works that goes on windows or a UV ray situation. The red, I think the red will lose its potency. Yeah, we do have like crushed shells, like crushed corals as pigments as well. So basically traditional paintings, mostly like lapis lazuli or any other kind of like they would grind up very expensive stone. And also when I was first doing the tryouts in YouTube, like people were saying, oh, like try to make it under 10 minutes, like because like people might get bored and like, you know, those things. But yeah, let's see how I do. Like I just really decided like this is going to be a very low, like in terms of editing effort, because it's, for me, for now, I don't know how it's gonna go. If it goes in a different direction, like that's good as well. Like, but it was, yeah. Let's take baby steps. Let's see how it goes. You know, I'm back in the ear, so. I think at first the main problem was that I was just so insecure about my voice that I did a text-to-speech thing, and that backfired so hard because apparently, so when you have to do the TNT stuff, you have to download everything, so you can't do it like you just press and then it automatically be in your videos. So that means I have to put in like 4 hours of work into like typing everything and then bringing that to my computer and then putting into like the software and then like putting it into editing. Understand how my time, ooh, low, that was a bit too much, but I might use that in my favor. Oh, actually it is Bob Ross, Happy Little Incidents. Yeah, actually, I was actually thinking like what should I do in terms of like, you know, the background, but I might actually kind of make this into like a little group of flowers. I'm gonna put a little bit of orangey red for a different feeling of palette. Yeah. If you put like subtle touches, like changing the tone of the colors, that actually gives a little bit more diversity. If you end up just painting in one color, it might look a bit dull, whereas if you have like a nice base tone and you kind of work around it, that actually is pretty visible, but also at the same time it kind of enriches the whole scheme, so that works out. The line brush is very fine at the tip, and when the tip gets worn down, you won't get a crisp line anymore, so that's why I always like label my brushes to kind of know when I bought them. Need to change it up a bit. What does a mask have? Oh, the nose thingy. It has the nose thingy. I need to put the nose thingy in. Okay. Come on. It's too dry. Okay, I'm just gonna put like this dot dot dot, dee dot do, and then the wire thing, because it's gonna be like for reality purposes. Just little nitpicky touch-ups. Just like small dark dots actually makes it looks more done. Yeah, I think it's it. Oh wait, one more thing. Shade. You put a little bit of shade around the item so that it kind of looks like it has its own. It has more distinction. I might go give it a shot. So well, the final like all drawn picture will be the thumbnail. So I hope you enjoyed chatting with me and like watching me do stuff. Yeah, be safe. Bye. See you soon.